Wow, today was really exciting for me. Now, um, it's not as exciting as it could have been. Uh, I didn't run like a six pack or anything like that. Uh, but today is the first day since I've come back to the game in 9 months. This is the first day that my stroke has felt the way that it felt when I was playing seriously. Um, it's tough to explain the feeling, but when your stroke is on, um, it's just an amazing feeling. So I made three on the break there, made the thin cut on the two. I'm gonna have to stop this cue ball somehow, and so I use the eight to do it. Get the leave on the six, and this is the first rack of the day. This is literally I haven't even practiced really. I haven't really warmed up. I just walked in and started shooting, and the first couple of shots felt so good that I just kept going. Um, yeah, so I missed the seven there. That's okay. Like I said, first rack of the day, and I would have taken that leave in the tournament, by the way. Okay, second rack of the day. Now, right now, I'm feeling this stroke. It feels good. It felt good that first rack. Um, so I'm half hooked on the one ball. I've got the thin cut or the bank. I choose the bank. Um, Now I'm going to have to run the cue three rails around the table through all this traffic to get on the two. I can't just baby this or I'll miss the bank. The cue ball straight or the one ball will straighten out on me. So make the bank, get the leave on the two, and I'm just feeling really good right now. A little bit stiff from all the breaking the other day, but I did 5 hours of breaking practice a couple days ago, and um, yeah, I'm a little sore from it. Okay, so stun off the four for the five. I get absolutely perfect on it. I can feel the stroke. It feels better than it's felt in a long, long time. Like 15 years, long time. So I'm very, very close to getting out on this. Make the thin cut on the seven. I've got the easy shot on the eight. I'm going to use top left and take it over to the left side. I'm not going to try to hold it there. And I catch it a little bit full, brush the nine. Um, I'm cussing right now. You can't hear it because I took the sound out, but I'm cussing at it. And then I take the shot and I miss it. Okay. Uh, but now I'm really feeling warmed up. And here we go on the very next rack. This is the third rack of the day. Um, they lay out pretty nice. The cue ball holds up pretty much in the center of the table. It's a little far down, but it's good enough. Biggest challenge on this one is getting the right leave on the four to get to the five without being behind the nine. And it's all going to come down to this shot right here, which is a two rail leave. Now normally you'd have seen me go over to the rail and down, but my stroke feels so good I decided to draw it. And well, I probably should have gone to the rail and down because I did not get a good leave here. Um, yeah, I could have left that better. So I check it, and there is just enough room to get past the seven into that corner, into that top corner. That window is open. I've got the whole pocket up there. Um, Don't like that I have to shoot this shot, but hey, if you're going to shoot it, at least I've got the whole pocket. And I slide it on in. So that shot is kind of a critical shot for me. Um, when I played the U.S. Open and I was on the hill against J.R. Calvert, I had that shot. Well, I had the long table bank. I actually was the length of the table away. Um, and I hung it in the corner, and that's how I got knocked out of the U.S. Open. Um, since then, I have put a lot of time into that long rail bank and getting it right. And you'll see me shoot it a lot. So I do get out here, um, and I am very happy. My stroke feels good. I'm shooting good. I can see the balls. I've been using this break where I'm drawing off the top of the rack, and it's working really well. Um, instead of trying to draw to the side rail or I'm drawing basically straight back up the table, and I'm getting the leave on the one pretty consistently. Okay, so this rack, you can't really see it from this angle, but that 6-9, that 9 is a perfect carom off of the 6. And so the 6 ball is a little weird to get a leave on um, because you'd have to come around the table for it. So I decide on this 4 ball that I'm going to go ahead and take a poke at it. What the heck? Let's put some top English on it and let's run the cue ball into the 9 and see if we can make it carom off the 6. And when you're in stroke, good things happen. Um, just really enjoying this day right now. Um, I didn't run everything that I probably should have. I've still got consistency issues. Um, I've still got some shot making issues that I need to deal with, but this day was exciting because it felt so good to shoot like that again. It's been so long since it felt that good. In fact, I may actually go down and play some. If the pool hall's open, I may go down and play a few sets, just because this felt so good. Um, so you can see I'm hitting with authority. My leaves are looking really, really good. Now they're not perfect. I've got some speed control issues. Um, this is the first time I've felt comfortable enough to shoot this shot this way. Um, if I baby it, I'm on the wrong side, so I power draw it back and around for the leave on the 7. And then again, I'm going to draw from the 7 to get my leave on the 8. Uh, that shot I would not have been comfortable with until I felt like I did today. That's a very, very touchy shot to do, and it gets me out. All right, on to the next rack. Again, using that draw break, and I pocket the wing ball. I've got this very shallow cut on this one, and it's going to require absolute precision speed because I'm going to have to roll it to the lip and have it be just enough speed that it falls in on the lip. If I hit this too hard, it bounces off the top edge of the pocket. All right, now on this shot, I'm straight in on this too. That's as good as I could get, and yeah. ignore the quarantine hair. My hair's all over the place. Um, to get this leave is going to be weird because I could stop it there and just take the straight in shot on the 4 and then accept the really long shot on the 5. I only have half the pocket on the 5. The 7's got a piece of it. So I'm thinking about how to create an angle here. And so I'm going to use top left English off of the rail to make the cue ball come wide, and it's going to come where my cue is there and come out for the 4. And that's my plan on this one. That'll give me an angle to work with on trying to get to the 5. And there it comes around. It hits the 7, but that's okay. It's still on the same line that I had already planned on. All right. And again, this is going to be top right hand English. And I'm going to come around 3 rails. I get a little bit far on this 5, and it kind of annoys me because if I hit this 6 inches shorter, it's an easy out from here. Now I've got a weird bank I've got to take on the 5. If I make it, I'm probably out. And I'm so close, and then just to prove it to myself, I go ahead and play the rest of the rack out. Just leave the 5 sit there and play the rest of the rack. And you can see this is an easy out at that point. Run the cue ball up for the 9. Now I'm a little miffed, so I hit this way too hard. Miffed being an understatement. No, actually, that one I did good. There's another one where I'll point it out when it happens. All right, so I would have been out on that one if I'd made that bank on the 5. So you remember I said there were ups and downs. Um, this rack is a perfect example of that. Make the 4 ball in the corner. Somehow I end up pretty much frozen to the 1. Um, it's a little wide, so I'm going to have to masse this with inside English to get the 1 to go in the corner or in the side, cross side. I make the shot. That was the up, and here comes the down. I should be out on this rack now. But I overcut the 2 of all things. All right, another rack. Break, make a ball. I can see the 1. Everything's everything's laying out pretty nicely. Um, so a lot of people will stun this and come up for the 2. Uh, I decided that I was going to make this rack easy right up front. I'd take the chance on making it easy by going to the right and going around for the 2 in the side. I spin the cue to get there. That allows me to follow for the 3. And by taking that first shot the way I did, I made this rack a lot easier than it uh, than it was if I stun off the 1. Cue ball comes up a little bit far, but I'm still okay on the 5. And I'll admit my adrenaline's going right now. I hit that way too hard. I hit this way too hard. I just wanted to stay for the 7 in the side. But my stroke is working, and I'm seeing things. I hit the tripod there. I'm seeing the shots, so cut back up in the corner, put the tripod back so we get a so you can see everything again. And now I'm just going to make the 8 and roll up. And I believe no, I think yeah, this one I'm out. I think. Yeah, I'm out. One more rack for you. Let me tell you, this felt so good. It is really promising to me having a day like this because I have felt so much frustration knowing what I'm capable of and missing so many shots and so many leaves and struggling with my stroke. And now, I mean, this just feels so natural. I'm going to come up for the four by stunning it. Just a nice leave there. Um, I'm hitting with confidence. I've got the shots that I want. I've got the angles that I want. Everything is just looking so good as I'm shooting this. My stroke's good, a little bit of draw just to get a little closer to the six. Now I'm going to use a little top and just roll across the table to get an angle on the seven. Use the rail as a break. Just a little top left to get an angle on the eight. I really want to be almost straight in on the eight. And I am. We're going to stop the ball against the rail. And straight in shot on the nine, so we'll go ahead and take that in. All right, another rack. Uh, so the one ball goes in, and I've got this shot on the two. If I make this, the rack should be over. Nine's sitting on the magic rack, can't pull it off. One annoying thing about it. But I overcut the two again. So that's the second time I've missed that same exact shot with the two ball down the rail. It's on my practice list for tomorrow. Okay, so I have, remember I was saying long rail banks were something that I practiced a lot after I missed the one that knocked me out of the US Open. Um, so I have about half a pocket on the top left. I go a little wide, take it off the rail to get the shot, and that gets me off and running. So two up in the top or bottom left corner, and just hold the cue. I'm sorry, I go three rails. I put this in the bottom right and go three rails for the leave on the four, which works out really, really well. So a little stun shot on the four to get a little bit of angle on the five. So I want to hold the cue ball up there because if I hold the cue ball up there, I have the angle on coming off the six to get a perfect leave on the seven, and I should be out. Yep, perfect leave on the six. And it skids, and I miss it. I'm a little frustrated with that, but I'll go ahead and finish out the rack just because I know that I was out. So we'll draw off the seven, shoot the eight in, come across the table for the nine in the top right. And this is the one I was talking about where I was frustrated and just shot it way too hard. Yeah, I scratch up in the top corner. That's just pure frustration over the skid. I knew I was out on that rack. Okay, so I'm starting kind of in the middle on this one. Um, shoot the three in, come out three rails for the four. Um, Now I'm going to use a little top right and move up for the 5. I wanted to get closer than where I was. And from here I'm perfectly out. It's just roll the 5 in, 7 in the side. I think I go down the table on this one for the leave. Yeah, down the table with left hand English or right hand English, a ton of it. I hold up for the 8. I'm just going to roll the 8 in and come across for the 9 in the same corner. I hit it a little bit hard. I'm still a little frustrated from that last rack. And with this, I'm going to call it a day.